Go.
Yeah, I'm trying to go. I'm going. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to
What are you waiting for? Go.
The program said go, damn it.
Yeah, it's very bossy like that, the program. Yeah. All right. But I think we're probably here in good shape. Hey everyone. Welcome back to Gen X Grown Up. I'm John. Let's see. This side is George and that side is Mo. I think if I have the pointing arrows right.
It's almost like he
One or the
had
other.
to try and remember our names. Like,
Well, I didn't know which side you were on
What guy?
because it's backwards for me.
You know, George, we've been doing this for 7 years, you know.
No, 8. Remember?
8 years. It's 8 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know
right.
your memory is failing as you get older.
Yeah,
Welcome to him and the other guy. So yeah, we have been looking forward to today for, I don't say we've been looking forward to the day for 8 years. We've been looking forward to today at least for the last few months as subscribers were counting, and now that the smoke is cleared, what was it, like 11:30 this morning finally?
Yeah.
Our YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers. And one of the things I saw a lot of people request was just to have a sit down, have a ask me anything, to have a whatever. And so this is that. This is a chance. We're going to chat. We've not scripted. We're like, what do you want to know? And we'll talk about our past and our future.
That is not what you sold us at all when we joined the room here. You said, oh, it's just the three of us talking. You didn't say I was going to be interrogated by people in a virtual space that were
George, come on. This is like on track for John.
Really?
He's with one thing, makes us think he totally switches.
Do a podcast once every other week.
Is doing a podcast on the YouTube channel.
If I don't bait and switch, you don't show up, I've found. So
yeah,
that's what I've learned. I see Silver Blue is here. John, Rich, Scrutable Al, Logan, Brian. Now we're with this new tool we're testing out. Actually, we're multi-streaming, so we might have some friends on Twitch, might have some friends from Facebook chat with us, and we'll do our best to interact with all of you.
Sure.
So, Mo.
Yes, sir.
Something happened today.
Uh-oh, what happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Well, I mean, you started it very ominously.
We hit this milestone today.
Yeah.
And you even said when you popped in the thing, you're like, who'd have thought it would ever happen?
No, I said, who thought this day would come? Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of said I did, but did you not? Well, what was your?
No,
your
it's just seemed so far away, you know, when we first started. And honestly, it's like the numbers, like it just didn't even hit me that we hit 100,000. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just been increment. Like it has been like, oh, we went from 10 to 100. It's like it's been a grind to get up there. It's just
right. Yeah.
Like it just took. You know.
Yep. George, we alluded to this a little bit, maybe right before you came on this afternoon, whenever, about we spent many conventions begging to get our first 1,000 at tables.
First 100.
What we've now learned is probably not the right or efficient way to get that done, but it was all we knew. So what between then and now, like what are your thoughts now of where we were and where we are now?
Well, I'm freaking tired right now. I can tell you that's one of my thoughts.
That's a standard situation for you.
That is, if you knew me in the old Star Trek Club days, I had a phrase that I would walk in the room and John would.
Right.
But yeah, it was it's been a long, arduous, best grind I could have thought of. Mm-hmm. Right? Like I think you call it, what'd you say? You said it was our full-time hobby, part-time job or something. I forgot how you phrased it, but
yeah, I think it's right. Yeah.
It's been a lot. I talked about some of the origins last night during the live stream that I was trying to do to see if we could marathon this thing to get to 100 last night, which I wasn't going to make it till 11:30 this morning. So I'm glad
you worked at it. You worked at it. Yeah.
You'd be like Jerry Lewis,
Yeah. No. I needed somebody to switch out in hour 3. I didn't have anybody at that point because it was like 1:15 or something. No. There are many a times, and I think I've told you this, John, in some of our private conversations, even recently, where I'm like, I just don't know if I can do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You get tired, you get worn out because you're not doing just the stuff that everybody sees on YouTube or hears on the podcast. You're doing your daily life, your 9 to 5 job if you have one, like everybody but the middle guy there who's reaping all the rewards right now. But no, it's worth it though. When you, not just when you get to the 100,000, but when you get that one little comment. I've seen a couple of people in here say, you know, keep doing bit by bit. My bit by bit videos don't do shit when it comes to views of John's videos, but seeing those comments once in a while, really, that's the kind of stuff that makes it worth it. The numbers are great because I think it'll help me with marketing, and I think it'll help us get some more business contacts and whatnot. But I care more about the more about the people, and that's where those conventions came into play.
Yeah, for sure. So this is called an Ask Me Anything. I finally got a really solid, pointed question. We popped that up, and it's pretty easy to answer. Calvin asks, how long to get to this point in subs? 1 year?
Yeah. 2 months, 3 months. Was that about it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was about 2 years to get the first 1,000. So, like, we're not an overnight
Really?
sensation.
Wow. Was it 2 years to get there?
It was several months to get the first 100.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And then it was about 6 years to get to about 15,000. Then in the 7th year, we got to 50. And in the last year, we doubled it. Went from 50 to 100 in about
stick, right?
13 months. Yeah. Yeah. That's gradual. So it's.
I remember when one of the first early days of conventions, we try to like solicit people to join the channel and stuff.
Sure.
And this one girl had like some sort of exercise YouTube channel or something that she's had for like 3 months, and she had like 80,000 subscribers. She says, "I'll sign up for yours. You sign up for mine." And George is like,
"You don't need
we
me.
Need a cute young girl to be on our channel."
I
need John to go get implants tomorrow.
Yeah. You said those was the words.
Hubba hubba. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I think back to just going to convention. And I'm one thing that I have learned really over the last couple of years is how much people appreciate being candid about stuff instead of being super guarded. And so, you know, if I share anything that you guys are like, hey, just let me know. But I mean, you see me a lot. You hear George's voice on video periodically. You hear just the three of us on the podcast. But a lot of people associate me because they see my face the most with GenXGrownUp. But I mean, all three of us have been doing this together for 8 years, and it's like a marriage. It really is. That we look first, it's a marriage in that we have agreed to do this together. We've joined in this union, right, to do this. And you know, there are days that you don't want to deal with your significant other. You want me time, you know, and we've had plenty of headbutts. We've had plenty of discussions. We have plenty of arguments, but it just comes down to, I think, a mutual. George disagrees with everything I'm saying, but a mutual respect for one another ultimately, and compromise hurts sometimes, but it makes everything work.
I just you keep using the parallel of the marriage, and I just keep wanting to look at Mo and saying, "Are we just in an abusive relationship by somebody who's controlling the shit out of us?" Because we didn't want to do half of the shit we've been doing.
My 2 wives, here they are.
He didn't mean it, George. He really loves us.
Yeah, you're right, though. I mean, yeah, there's conflict. I'm gonna tell a story. If it's out of school, I don't give a shit because that's my personality on this group. So we produced a fictional podcast a number of years ago, Labor of Love and Pain. That's not the title, although maybe we should.
That's a good title.
Rebrand it.
But we had a lot of fun with it. But it was very painful because all three of us had different areas that we really wanted to control in that creation. And we all have different personalities. And I think at near the end of it, or maybe right at the end, John and I got into a huge fight. Like one of the bigger ones we've had in the GenXGrownUp era. I think we've only had one other fight that was bigger than that, and that was when I woke him up one time out of a dead sleep.
You always reference that, and I don't remember it. Probably because I just woke up.
Yeah, because you were not the one who got screamed at. But no, it was we got into it really big. Creative control issues and arguments and personal feelings hurt and everything. But that podcast, to this day, I still probably twice a week, I think I need to go back and pick up season 2's writing on that thing, because that thing turned out so damn good.
I thought so too.
For first timers with completely original IP, like we didn't piggyback off of somebody's vampire lore or anything else. We literally created something completely on our own from scratch. I thought it turned out really well. No small amount of respect to John. I mean, he did the heavy lifting on the whole
Sound effects, the
soundscape and the editing and everything. I really enjoyed what came out of all that anguish. I'm just getting to that because you were talking about how sometimes this is like a painful marriage, and that may be one of our least visible endeavors in this, but I think it was really beautiful.
Yeah. And I don't know if I've ever told you this part before, but during that time when we were butting heads over creative differences, you don't want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear your voice.
Right.
However, in order to edit the damn thing, I had to hear your damn voice. And I just kept being mad because you're still talking. And every time I push play. But yeah, it's.
Is that why George's dialogue got less and less as the podcast went?
I kept turning it down.
He just turned it out more and more.
It's like, oh, George didn't need those 12 lines. Let's get those out.
Yeah. So here's a really good question that's tangentially related, but directly to you, George, which we talked about a little bit on the podcast. Tony is asking, of course, we know that you've had a lot of challenge with your wife having a stroke a little over a year ago. And just a quick question. He's asked, how is Grace doing? And will she be at SFGE so we can give her a hug?
Well, that's presumptuous, I'll say first.
Yeah.
Because she may not want to hug. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, she's doing wonderfully. Matter of fact, today we had therapy this morning. We went there. She did a whole bunch of physical stuff that honestly I don't know that I could even do. She was on a big pad that's like a workout mat, but it's raised off the floor. And she was doing these things where she's on both knees and she has to bring one leg up to her foot, like in a like a one leg kneeling position.
Okay, yeah.
And she was having to do that like multiple times on each leg, and she rocking it out. She did a whole bunch of occupational work in a fake kitchen that they have there today, because that's a very important thing for her. She's super positive. And then in the afternoon, right after we hit 100,000 subscribers, she needed to go to the office because she had a meeting. Well, I couldn't take her. I'm working. I had stuff I needed to do. So my son took her. So it's the first time that somebody besides me took her somewhere.
Yeah, she's been clinging to you as that safety net.
Yeah.
Ever since then, and she was very uncomfortable. One time you were going to take a trip and couldn't because it just wasn't going to happen. Yeah.
So they had a perfect time, like no problem. She said he drove better than me, which is not hard to imagine because he doesn't cuss people out on the road. But she's doing wonderfully. She will 100% be at SFGE, as will my son. And I'm sure she'll be happy to see Tony and everybody else there.
Yeah. There you go. Nice. It's been a great story. And if you haven't been keeping up on the podcast, George updates us periodically, and it's been it was a bumpy 8 or 10 months before it started looking better, really, I think. But
yeah, it was scary.
You saw the gradual stuff. Yeah.
That's how we got that great channel on the Discord server. The Tough Times Best Wishes. I kind of started that as a place to vent, and now people can go to our Discord server, and when you're having a rough day or you're having a trying time,
just commiserate.
You can post in that server, and everybody in there is so supportive. So GenXGrownUp.com/Discord. Go check it out.
See, Brian says, how many subscribers from outside the USA? I just looked. I just checked.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he wouldn't put up and let's see the answer.
Yeah, I'm not going to look foolish. About 61% US, and then all the rest from all of the places.
I thought it'd be less, actually. I don't know why.
That's a pretty good spread.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other country that has a huge number as all single digits after that. But 61% or 60 or 61% US. I saw a lot of UK. A lot of UK I've noticed. Especially I noticed that when the Spectrum came out and they got it, nobody else did. And they're like, finally, we're the ones not left out. They were very happy. Oh, here's a great question. So Silver Blue, John is here. So he wants to know, which we talked about a little bit this morning. So is it going to be shared custody of the silver play button in this twisted marriage that we have? No, this is a
I get weekends.
Every other third Thursday.
We're going with a 3-2-2 system. No, so they will send you one, apparently, like I've ever done this before. My understanding, they will send you one, but when you go through the process of filling out the form to get it shipped to you, they also say, by the way, do you want to order others for your team members? You have multiple people, then you just say that. But yeah, both George and Mo are going to get a duplicate of what I get. They'll get the exact same thing. So.
Yeah,
right. They'll be in the different studios and rooms that we use. I know, John, you posted that that studio tour today.
Yeah,
which is really it's nice to be able to see the behind the scenes stuff like that. We talked about doing those kind of things for years, but you can see my background. It's narrow, but I have a lot of stuff in this little office. Mo has a whole dedicated room.
Yeah,
and that's just some of the stuff that, I mean, I guess you don't have to. You could probably just do a little corner of your living room and just right behind your frame and stuff. Yep. But we didn't design these rooms for YouTube. We designed these rooms for what we love. So the stuff you see is the stuff that we enjoy. Like that poster right there behind me, Cobra Kai poster, is one that John gave me.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, never know. I'll back it around. Funny, that studio tour, what got me thinking about it was I was thinking, I think I say at the end of the video that, I'm thinking about what am I going to reorganize to find a place to put that, because there's not really, it's filled, right?
It's pretty full.
My set is full and overflowing. And so I'm like, here's a great time to document it. Yeah. So, I see you, Jeremiah. So Eliminator is asking, and I starred your question here. So Jeremiah, ever since we had a chance to, we did the 1980 tier, and I rated basic programming so high, and yet I never owned it, the Atari cartridge. Every time he makes a contribution, he's like, this goes towards basic programming, because I'm really interested in it. And he's asking, how's the fund going? Because many people, when they will donate, they'll put, this is towards, because my intent is to find a complete one, because you need the manual and the controls and the overlays and everything. You can't just emulate it. You need the stuff. How's the fund going? At this point, we have enough to get it. I'm just waiting for a good version. So
I was wondering, is it hard to find? I was going to ask that.
Well, you need it complete. That's why it's hard to find. Yeah.
So those are hard to find, really, even on eBay. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and when there were a couple, but they went quickly and they were pretty expensive. So I got we had a officially unofficial jumped in with a super chat here.
Oh, nice.
A big congrats to John and the team and the guys, John and the guy and the other guy, 100,000. Great accomplishment. I had the pleasure of meeting at CES. Oh, really? Okay, we met at CES. And you're as genuine a person. Ass, you come. That's a Freudian slip. Ass, you come out in your videos. I think I got it. Very cute. Very cute. No, I just teasing you there with a typo. No problem. It was very telling, though. Very telling, though. Thank you. It was good to meet you. And I appreciate the clip on my hat.
Michael's asking if we can put the Discord link in chat. I don't have access to the chat from this.
But the YouTube chat, we do it there?
He is in YouTube.
I think I can do it right here. I can go everywhere. Let's see.
I wish we had that bot running again that used to do that shit automatically for us.
There we go.
There it is.
I sent it. Yep. I also designed this cute little thing with this new tool we talked about a little bit today, which is worth putting up. Just many of you were, if you're watching and you do get something out of our podcast or our YouTube content or the website or game reviews or news articles or whatever, we say on the podcast a lot, though we don't plug it very often in video. Patreon is the place that we really, really makes a big difference. We're grandfathered in with their old pricing structure, so we get a large chunk of the money versus what new people do. Yeah. And for as little as $1 a month, you can support us. And might say, what's $1 going to do? But when 1,000 people think that, that's $1,000 that you can't invest into what you're trying to get done. I think everybody thinks my dollar doesn't make a difference, and it's not true. It's not true. If nothing else, it's moral support and it's another vote to go, look, somebody else really cares enough to, just to send us coffee money. It makes a huge difference. So
I'm desperate for us to figure out how to get the T-shirts.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cute.
Someone was very happy that the QR code did not appear over George's face this time.
Were they happy, or are they just pointing it out?
They said they were happy, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. I saw somebody asked about the age spread.
The age spread. Oh yeah, we talk about the podcast a lot. So, Mo, as the
our age
here,
spread or subscriber age spread?
Which? I thought you were talking about you.
I thought he was talking about us.
Yeah.
So
I'm the senior among us.
Physically.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, actually, we're like 2 years apart, right?
Yep.
So I'm 67. John, you're 69, and you're 71, right, George? So
sure, that's the way we're going.
It sounds better that way to me.
I don't know
why.
No, like I didn't. Are you calling out the year of birth or our ages?
Well, I'll let people make their own determination of that.
If you were asking about the age spread on our analytics, oh my goodness, Jason, I'll get to you, Jason. Just things are happening quickly here, but I want to make sure answer your question about the analytics. We're pretty good spread. 40% of our viewers, or 50%, are between 45 and 64. So like us, they're Gen X.
Gen XE, yeah.
But we have a spread. We have people. We have 15% are under 24, and it's a good spread. And 89% male. Probably not surprising with our hobby.
I'm actually surprised it's 11% female.
Right? Yeah.
Even the Restream platform is losing its mind. It's like, I've already got 100 chat messages.
My goodness. So Tony gifted 20 memberships.
Wow.
What?
My goodness. If I had a place to put 20 clips and still be able to talk to you, throw some up there. But look at this. Tony, now those of you receiving memberships from Tony, this is generosity. That's going to get you early access to videos. That's going to get you a special badge by your name. That's going to get you all that custom emoji that you see in there. Tony, thank you so much.
Did you see the
awesome.
super chat from Jason?
I'm trying to catch up with it. It's so far back.
Right. That was in the middle of all that.
Yeah, let me catch up. Well, Johnny, that's just another congrats once again. Congrats all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. So scrolling down to catch up with Jason. Jason threw a super chat in. This is for the Atari Basic Program Fund. Again, I'm really interested in seeing what you can do because I heard it's a very basic. My intent is to do a live stream and learn how it works on a live stream when I'm able to get it.
God.
So
we're getting to
line
the point,
numbers, go sub.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're getting to the point, John, where instead of just each clip being a specific thing, we're going to have to get you different clips. Like the giant one is like if you get like 10 subs or more.
Well, I've seen the little baby ones, right? Look like the teensy ones, and then like the giant one people use for a paperweight. Just
right.
Oh my
man.
Goodness. Yeah, Tony said it was a subscriber age spread, so I think I covered that too.
Oh,
yeah, so cool. Yeah. I'm trying to keep up. So much stuff happening. Yes, thank you, Jason. That's tremendous. And I think, I didn't mean to kick the wheels out from under it by saying we're caught up with the fund, but that'll definitely put us over. So
yeah. We're thankful for every dollar that comes in, because absolutely. we get money from Google, right, for AdSense and things of that nature. That money is, I feel like that's earnings, right? Because we produce a video, we earn that money. But the money that comes in through Patreon or these super chats or these sub donations, that's like gifts. That's more personal to me. Don't get me wrong. I want you to keep watching the videos because that YouTube money doesn't hurt. But yeah.
Well, you know what else, George? That YouTube money is unreliable.
100%.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Like back November, December, we were making double the ad revenue that we're making right now.
For some reason. We're not even sure why, right?
The ad rates are better.
The ad rates just shifted. YouTube did that across the platform.
Goon Monk suggests perhaps I'm the middle child and Mo is the responsible older brother.
And George is the spoiled youngest kid.
George is the baby brat.
That's
exactly
not
right. It's
that's
pretty
not
damn right.
incorrect.
That's right. Yep. I think so. Yep.
Well, someone's got to keep these guys out of trouble.
Yeah. Here's a great question from Calvin Wong again. So, what's the next goal for you guys?
Sleep.
Okay. Mo.
1 million subscribers.
That's all he's got.
That's all he's going to say.
His goals are simple. Life is simple. That's the responsible
He
older
just
brother
wants
for
another
you.
0. That's all.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
for me, our goals are kind of intangible. It's just really growth and sustainability.
Yeah.
And I'll air some more private stuff, which is not that private. We talked about it before. Is that George and Mo have jobs, right? They're working. They have regular jobs, and they help with this project. And saying that sounds like I'm minimizing, like you help. Oh, they helped. It's not like that. All the work that they put into it that you don't see, they do on their off time after work, in addition to work, or while shirking work, perhaps. George,
I was going to say
in some cases. But so we were doing that already as a hobby, and then when I lost my job and decided to go full time, so they don't take a salary. We're trying to get to a point where this is sustainable for multiple human beings, and right now it's not sustainable for one human being.
Yeah,
right.
We're trying to get there. And I don't say all that to try to pull your heartstrings for revenue or anything. I think people see a channel like, oh, they got 4,000 views, they got 100,000 subscribers, they must be millionaires. No, it's not enough to make one person pay his mortgage. It's barely. That's why we have multiple streams. We have Patreon, and we have ads on the podcast, and we have T-shirt sales and all that. All those, George does a spreadsheet, and every month he has all these line items of different stuff that add to trying to get to sustainability.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back to the goals question, I would say that would be my goal more than subscriber counts or viewer numbers or anything else. It's that we find a way to turn this into a sustainable business that supports all 3 of our families, so that we can do just this if that's what we choose. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to quit my job or Mo has to quit his or anything like that. John didn't want to quit his job. It just happened. Right.
Right. Yeah.
So I would say that would be the next real goal. 100,000 was just kind of a metric to see if we were going to get close to that. But that's always been my goal.
Is there something there? Yeah, and I think we've proven there's something there.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Mo, or should I move on?
No, I mean, I think what you guys said was, holy crap, hold up. You got to put this super chat in before I say anything.
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm way above that. And I'm still catching up.
It's the very top of scroll the chat to the top.
Scroll all the way down.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Cayman Raider.
Wow.
Well, I guess if you go straight to the top of the list, if you're that generous, don't you? So
the last time we got close to that was when somebody made you eat the
hot sauce. So let me just read your chat, Cayman. So he says, congratulations on 100,000 subs, well earned. Love the channel and all the memories of my Atari days and all the other stuff growing up through 70s and 80s. Question, how did y'all meet and come up with the idea for the channel? Okay.
Couple of questions there to answer.
Yeah, well, the how we met, we actually go in depth on. We did a couple special short episodes on the podcast, but really quickly, George and I met in the 90s in a Star Trek club. Mo and I met in the early aughts at a job we both worked at. And the idea was inspired by a buddy of ours who was over playing poker and realized all the crap I had in my house and said, you ever thought about the 12-year-old you would think if he came in your house and saw all this crap? And I'm like, yeah, I would like to share all this stuff I've accumulated and collected. And I screwed around and started something, and I told George what I'd done to share with him, and then we ended up going to SFGE and talked about it the whole way and said, let's do more. And then Mo was already doing movie reviews on his own site. We decided you could do movie stuff, and we ended up kind of merging it all together.
Yeah. I say one thing, it's like when at the office, because John started working there after I started working there, and I was walking by his cube because his desk was like kind of off to the side a little bit, and I just felt the nerd wave just waft over me from his cube. It was like, there's a Rubik's Cube, you had those buckyball things there that we all wind up buying, like a million of those little magnetic balls. that toy, that fidget toy kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. He wasn't even in. It was kind of creeping out because I was there early and he wasn't even in his cube, and I was just going through all his stuff and he didn't know about it. But anyway, that's another story. But no, then you started chatting, and then you said, hey, you had a poker game.
Yep.
Started going to that, and I was like, okay.
There's so many of these stories that I know we're not going to be able to get to them in this time that we're on this live stream, and we've told a lot of them in the podcast. But John, there's one inspiration story that I noticed that you tend to leave out, but I remember from back then because, so I know the SFGE thing where you and I were talking about, we were kind of already doing stuff by that SFGE trip. I think I might have already done a drone video by that point, or maybe the one hit wonder video for TV shows.
Yeah, maybe
SFGE was a few months in.
Okay.
But there's an inspiration story that's has to do with your daughter that you told me early on. So not the first time you mentioned the channel to me, because I was at the convention giving you that autograph, but very shortly thereafter.
Sparked my memory. What was it?
Yeah. So your daughter was showing you some YouTube videos of some young people talking about older technology.
Right. Yeah.
And they were calling it derogatory slang terms, and you were like, no, that's just my stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was also part of the inspiration.
It's retro. It's like, no, that's just my stuff. It's right. Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
And so I think that's important to note, because Gen X Grown Up was not just born out of a love for our history and the stuff, but it was also born out of our families.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Without a doubt. Let's see. I've starred a few. The nice thing about this is I can star some questions so we can get back to them. So if you think I missed you, I didn't. I've been going through flagging questions that I see.
His little face up there. Hey, Thanos.
Yeah, there's little Thanos. It says, what's the one thing you've learned that you would pass on that you think will speed you on your way to 1 million?
I have an answer for this one.
Go ahead, Mo.
And this kills me. God,
Don't listen to George.
Kills me to say this. And George knows what I'm gonna say is that we should have listened to George sooner. Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I went.
Just past the kidney stone.
Sorry. Because honestly, because George very early on was saying that we needed to focus the channel, and we went around and around and around on it because the issue, I won't say it was an issue, is that we all have very different interests.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
John was like definitely the retro gaming stuff. George was like technology and drones, and also and I was doing the movie thing, and so I think none of us really wanted to give up that part of it necessarily.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, we totally should listen to George. Sorry. And probably focus the channel on the retro gaming earlier. It probably would have hockey sticked us a lot faster.
Yeah, my you're not wrong. My thoughts about that were always like, I was always afraid we'd pick the wrong thing to focus on, and then we'd miss. Because mine was a very shotgun approach. I thought about the YouTube channel just like I think about the podcast, which is we want to talk about all things that we're interested in, because Gen Xers aren't single faceted; they're multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just not, and that's still true. But that's not the way YouTube operates.
Right.
YouTube forces you in a niche, and when you do something that doesn't match, they go, we're going to punish you for that. Now, maybe not consciously, but it's what it ends up happening. So,
and truthfully, it's kind of not the way that people work, right?
Yeah.
People don't go on YouTube and say, give me a variety channel. People go on YouTube and search for a video about Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Or, they look for a podcast that's talking all about this TV show.
Yeah. So to that end, Atari, like we're ranked for Atari like a mofo.
Yeah.
Right. So when someone searches for Atari something, because we're so focused on that era, though we spread out to Intellivision a little bit, but we stay central, we come up right away. And so that's what it helps you do. If you're not ranked for anything, if everybody's special, nobody's special.
Yeah.
I need a new Groot shirt, John. I just saw a comment that says we are all George. That needs to be a Groot t-shirt. That's funny.
What were you saying, Mo?
I was just saying that even though like maybe our focus was Gen X nostalgia, that's just too broad.
Yeah.
It is.
For YouTube, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So,
hell, even for the podcast, we've got a spreadsheet that has every year of just the backtracks, not even the regular episodes. And there's still pages of stuff we haven't even covered yet. Because it's all in Gen X nostalgia.
Yeah, it's funny because I think we pretty quickly realized that we could talk about pretty much anything for an hour.
Yep.
But But early on, though, we were like, let's talk about these broad topics, and we'd spend an hour on it, and then we're like, we could have picked one part of that,
narrow that down,
and talked it a full hour, and really
right.
Remember, we did it just this like a couple weeks back because we were talking about Gen X kids magazines.
Yeah,
that was the original topic that we
started talking. We're like, you know what? It's just Mad Magazine. We'll do other ones on Crack.
We couldn't figure out how to break it up, and we're like, wait a minute, let's just talk about Mad.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we always go back to that phrase that we've all used at one point or another when we're doing that. It's like, let's just leave a lot of meat on the bone. Let's just take a small bite.
Marcus is just getting out ahead of this. This is a $5 contribution, so he doesn't feel guilty for not attending the basic programming live stream when that eventually happens.
Okay.
So, there we go. Calvin's just asking, why did Google do that profit cut? Because they're greedy? I think there are a lot of factors. They're not telling us.
Yeah, stuff we will never.
It was the holiday time when it went really well, and then the holidays were over. And then there was uncertainty with the economy because there was the election happened and a new administration was coming in. So I think probably advertising went down. Who knows? There's a lot of factors you could guess, but we don't know for sure.
We're all guessing.
We just got another 10 memberships gifted.
Was that Jeff? That's Jeff's
and
notorious.
Then another super chat right behind that.
Let me star these so we can talk about it. Jeff, thank you so much. Wow.
We just need to hit 100,000 every day and do one of these streams.
It's working really well for us, right?
Yeah, we're at 100,054.
Channel the Yars is asking, hey, John, do you think you'll hit 150,000 first, or Atari release the trailer for Yars 2 first?
Oh, yeah, you posted that question a couple of times.
That's a coin toss.
Yeah, I think probably Yars 2 is not imminently forthcoming. I've not heard from Howard in a little while, though I need to sync up with him. But I don't think they're against it. I think they already had Yars in the pipeline with Rising, and so they're not ready to go back to that yet. So let me just pop this in. You guys can answer. Michael is asking, are all of you married?
Is that funny?
I don't know. It's funny.
Because Mo just qualified.
Yeah, I am recently married.
Yeah.
For the 12th time? 13th time? How many times is that?
We talked about George's wife, Grace.
7. Who cares?
Spoke about him. Yeah. Mo is happily married again.
Yeah, I'm done.
Was he happily married the first 12 times?
I'm sure at some point he was. Yeah.
No.
He's
this one,
he's just playing the field.
I mean, he did get some great kids out of it, though. I got to say, one of our favorite unpaid intern, Rachel, right? Yep. Love Rachel. She has been a big help. She was in that Fictional podcast. One of the one of the main actors.
She was like the narrator, kind of. Well, she was in it, but she was kind of the narrator too, like after the fact. Yeah. So here's one, George, you can answer.
Oh Lord.
Robert's asking, I wonder what Star Trek club you guys met in.
Dude, I don't know. Do you want to go through the whole story?
It's Starfleet, the International.
Starfleet International.
Right.
The ship was originally called Shuttle Heritage before it attained ship status when its name changed to the USS Kai Tom. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think our technical manual may be one of the few, if not only, Star Trek fan fiction tech manuals ever sold on Amazon.
Yep. And you can still get it some places. Yeah. Intergalactic Trading Company, Intergalactic Press.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
We designed, was it you drew it, John, right?
The initial. That's right. Yeah.
It's a Galaxy class saucer section with the wings from a bird of prey enlarged. And that's the ship design. Yeah. Really? You haven't seen it. We designed it.
I think it might have been a Katinga class, but it was Klingon. Yeah.
No, Kapla class.
No. The wings weren't a bird of prey. I think.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. But
now we're getting technical. People are like,
that's right. Like, it's a Star Trek tech live stream, isn't it? So.
Yeah, they lose me on that stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had at one point, I think we had estimated the largest group in the Southeast region for that organization. We had on the roster, I think we had close to 300 members, didn't we? I mean, not all attended.
On the roster, right?
Yeah,
like 40 active. Yeah, it was
right.
Still, that's healthy.
It was a solid group. We did a lot of great charity work there too.
Yep. Jason says, first a super chat, throw a pin up there for you. Thank you, Jason. He just asked, what's your favorite Intellivision game? Now, if you asked me this a year ago, I would have no opinion, but lately I have opinions. Yeah. I think Cloudy Mountain, the AD&D is really good, but probably the one I go back to the most and play is Beauty and the Beast. I was surprised by how much I
Oh.
like that game, and it's really easy to get into and get out of, and it's really addictive. The mechanics of how you go up and down the building are just a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, probably. You guys know any Intellivision enough to have favorites, or have you delved much into it yet?
I still have that. I think you got me the
Mhm.
one that I have now because I played a lot of Intellivision at a friend's house when I was young.
Did you?
I never
Okay.
owned one,
Mhm.
but I would guess Utopia. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
pretty solid system.
I've yet to
I
try
like
to
that.
figure that out yet, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, you have to figure it out. It takes time. Kind of like it's. But yeah.
Yep. So let's see. We got another question here. We're trying to. We plan to kind of do an hour. Look, if there's super interest, we'll stick around. But we don't want to respect your time. I have a couple. I just got to. So Jeff, I just want to make sure I thank you, Jeff. If I didn't let that fly by. 10 memberships. Again, everybody who received a membership, thanks to Jeff's generosity. You're represented on my hat with a clip, but also you'll get that custom emoji. You'll get a logo next to your name everywhere you comment. I know, right? It happens all the time. You get videos early, especially the Friday plays will come out Thursday to you, and often other videos you'll get early whenever I'm able. If it's like if I'm publishing something on Saturday, when I get it done on Friday, I give it to you right away. So early access, however we can thank you. So Jeff, thank you so much for that.
And I'll say this: if you don't want to try and figure out Patreon, GenXGrownUp.com/Patreon, renewing your membership when this gifted one expires is a huge benefit to us because that also kind of triggers YouTube to promote us even more because people are sticking around in the system that YouTube cares about the most, which is money, obviously. So there have been a ton of gifted memberships over the last few days. I mean, probably 50 or maybe more that I've seen. So if even half of you guys renew your memberships, that'll be a big boost to the channel's promotion and viewers and stuff.
Yep. Now I see Torque causing some more chaos down there. I'm going to first pop up thanks to O2. Super chat here for 10. Thank you. First of all, throw a clip up there to thank you. Twitch won't accept my email to subscribe on there, so I'm becoming a member here. Congratulations, dude. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's all those little, and I was talking earlier about how people think $1 won't matter or whatever. And not only, I mean, I know it's cliche to go, every dollar matters. I mean, it is true, but it's hard to swallow. But I don't know how you guys feel when I'm live on here. It is so, whenever someone says, I'm going to take something out of my wallet and throw at this nerd that's on my computer right now or on my phone right now, I'm a little embarrassed because I always kind of undervalue myself. I think everybody does. Everybody undervalues themselves. Maybe not George. I know.
No.
But
I understand the feeling when it's me and somebody's talking about bit by bit or anything else that's specifically me. I do tend to that same reaction of like, I really kind of suck, guys. You're really blowing this out of proportion. But when people donate to GenXGrownUp, I'm like, hell yeah, they should, because I value what you have created in this channel. It is, I know Mo and I do a lot of work behind the scenes that people may not get to see or appreciate.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, Mo, I don't think he'll argue with me. You're doing 85-90%.
He's doing the lion's share.
What
absolutely
makes the channel the channel.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm able to dedicate my time to it. But yeah, I mean, I understand that, I appreciate that. Where I was going was just that little bit of embarrassment. It's not like I'm embarrassed there. It's like, oh no, am I worthy of that?
Yeah,
like
imposter syndrome a little bit.
Like just a minute ago, look, there was a gift of $100, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, not only is that rare, that was Cayman Raider, $100, and do you know what would have happened if he hadn't done that? Nothing. He could have still watched every video.
Right.
He could still listen to every podcast. It's people supporting the things that they appreciate, and it's just it's. I can't express how humbling it is. It sounds cliche to talk about, but it's how I feel. Yeah. Let's see. We also got to catch. I noticed ahead of time. Torque. Speaking of which. Notorious, Torque just has a macro for every live stream. He does about 10 or 20 memberships. Our memberships have been skyrocketing on the backs of Torque and Jeff and Brian and Miss So lately, which means that getting on videos early is just about everybody gets them early now. So it's
It's not special anymore.
yeah, I think we have about 200 members now, 200 people that are now, and it used to be around 20 or 30. A lot of it was live streaming more has helped a lot. Torque, I don't know if I look like somebody that you like, maybe, or or something. But you've just been so generous, so consistently, and it's
Oh,
it's
so guys, I was at the supermarket the other day. I
Uh-huh.
saw it on the shelf and had to buy it.
The Spy versus Spy, the compilation book. Look at that.
Wow.
It was right there. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying this. I don't even know how much it costs. I just do it on the
And
cart with
Tony,
everything else.
yeah, good point, Torque. Yep. I'm periodically just highlighting a few. Just there's constant.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, and just tremendous. I really like Bit by Bit. Here's another one for you, George. BXB is great. Yep.
Hey.
Yep. There we go.
Well, that's Butter Spider.
Really important question here. Why did Pac-Man bring a ladder to the arcade? He wanted to get a high score. Someone's been reading the back of his trading cards. I'm sorry, I interrupted you, George. You were saying about Butter Spider?
No, I was just saying it's Butter Spider. He's always super complimentary, even though it's ill-conceived.
Yeah, and we get an occasional chance to meet real people, and it's becoming more and more like you might have met us before and didn't know who the hell we were, but now you meet us and you know who we are, which is really weird. I know we're going to see a lot of people at SFGE. I got to meet a lot of people at Midwest Gaming Classic last month, but Butter Spider, I think we met 2018 at Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dragon Con free
Was
table.
that 2018 that we went?
I think so.
We went 2 years. So
yeah, it was the first one time we went.
Right.
It was the first one we went to. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Boy, that place was just a chaos.
Wait a minute. So here's something from Marcus. Okay. I found out today I've been a member for 52 months. It's true, but wasn't subscribed.
Was he our 100,000 subscriber?
Let's say he was. He earned it. Yep. There's Kun Mong. Speaks right to you guys. My favorite part of Mad was the Spy versus Spy. Yep. Yep.
I still have one of my small compilation books from back then.
Do you? Yeah. The little digest ones.
The little digest, yeah.
Yeah. Torque just on the heels of me showering him with the praise because he earns. He just said you guys are great to watch and listen to, which there's not much you could say that's nicer than that. Our goal is to be something you'll want to watch and listen to, and if you're finding something you enjoy in it, I couldn't be happier. I won't speak for the guys, I'm sure. Yeah.
John, there was something that popped up in the live stream that I was doing last night that I've been trying to remember to tell you in my fog of everything. But somebody was asking, why don't you review the consoles more? And I said, well, John reviews the consoles, and they were talking about, the GSP and the 2600 plus and blah, blah, blah. But they were specifically talking about the original consoles. And I was saying on the stream, I was like, that's not really something we've done a lot of, those history of kind of videos. But, who knows if people are asking about it, it might be something that, maybe I try and do some research for you and we tackle if there's enough interest in it. But those types of videos do seem to do well.
Yeah. All right, we got some more love inbound, so I have to thank more generosity. So cleverly written Socrates 77, Socrates, I get it. Love the video game reviews. I ordered Asteroids after watching the last one. The Asteroids never played. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
That's not Socrates. That's Socrates.
That's Socrates.
Socrates.
Ziggy Piggy. Also, saw another one pop up. My man Buzz. Have you guys seen the Buzz Garwood video yet that I posted on social?
Maybe not.
Have you not seen this? Okay, we're going to show it.
We're
going to show it here. We're going to show it here. It's worth watching. So, Buzz is a teacher, and he teaches a video game design class at what it looks, I guess, like a magnet school or something. Buzz, I'm not sure exactly, but he once wrote to me and said, hey, I share your videos sometimes with my students because we're talking about video game design. And, we just figured we would look at somebody who's talking about old video games. And I said, hey, it sounds like those kids need a shout out. And I did. And he sent me a video of them seeing the shout out. Well, apparently they watch videos in the classroom of us a lot, more than nothing, which takes a lot of work off of Buzz, who doesn't have to actually be teaching, which helps, I'm sure. But he sent this video today, so I'm going to share this. Here it is. You guys see that? All right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So this is, I love sharing this. I put it on social today, and people they're like, my daughter sent me a message. That video is so wholesome. So in his class this morning, they were watching. So let me pull this down. Buzz, thank you. Let's play this and let you see it. Oh, I was trying to take that offline. There we go. Let's see. Play.
I don't hear anything.
Can you hear that? Can you not hear it? All right.
Not on our stream. Maybe they can on the YouTube channel.
Oh, I think they probably can. You guys tell me. Can you hear that? You probably can. Hopefully that's true. Could you hear that when I first push play? It'll be a second before they can answer. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you know what? I can find out by looking. Yeah, let me. This is worth the time it's going to take you to get here. So I think. Yeah, I don't see audio coming on it. Let me fix that. That's frustrating.
Hey, it's a new system.
This is, but honestly, this is part of the real world for us. Like we sometimes stuff happens and we don't shy away.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's so. But
somebody said they heard it very low, so they're probably hearing it back through your mic.
Probably. I'm gonna go to Facebook where I posted it, and it'll be easier to show you, because it's worth the time. It is so. In fact, when I watched it, I had a little something in my eye. That's not.
I think that was the point when, like, right after it happened, I was happy, but I was also mad because I hadn't found your link into Restream yet.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to be there when it turned over.
Yep.
And I was like, damn it, I missed it.
I got there like one late.
Let's see if I can't share this browser window. So this is Facebook window. There we go. I think that'll work. And it says share audio, so we should be in good shape. All right, here we go. We're gonna play it. You ready? Hopefully you can hear it too.
Yo, GenXGrownUp, here we go. One more, come on, one more sub. Oh, baby!
Look at that!
Good job, yeah. Yeah, John.
Look at this.
Congratulations.
2001.
You were watching?
Yes.
You threw
Congratulations.
confetti?
Good job, John. Yes, way to go. Oh, John.
Isn't that amazing?
That's great.
Buzz, I sent you an email. Be sure you tell those kids how awesome it was, and that I could feel their energy and enthusiasm, and that's that demographic that we don't hit as much. And thank you for forcing them to watch. It's very
well, yeah, but we're not getting all the credit. It's like 20 people on one account in one room. They need to split off onto their own little devices.
Let them watch on their phones, Buzz.
That's right.
Come on. I'm sure they'll only watch me and nothing else. Right?
Oh, man.
Anyway, but yes, Buzz, thank you for all that, of course, and then thank you for your support here. And then, as I'm talking, I might catch up. Here's another one. The love keeps coming. What is this? This is John Barger. Congrats, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Wow. All right, I'm trying to catch up with some questions. You guys holler if you see one. We'll catch it.
Everything right now is the console stuff that I saw because I was mentioning.
Gotcha. Yep. Jason saying smash that like button. That's solid advice, no matter where you are.
Right.
Yep. Here's a great question from Robert saying maybe there's enough revenue we can see other video game consoles like the Vectrex. I'm working to expand our scope. Look, Vectrex is on my bucket list, but a good working one is $500,000. So that's probably not the top of our list, but we're adding Intellivision. We're dabbling in, early PS1, little NES here and there, but we try not to make big purchases because that takes a big chunk out of our bank when we can.
Yeah.
We rely a lot on review copies of stuff.
Yeah, if we have received a lot of physical donations over the years too. Like somebody, and to this day, I don't know that the person's ever made themselves known in a chat or email or anything, but somebody sent me a PS4 just out of the blue. I don't even know how they got my that might be a thing, because I see other channels getting a lot of those retro tech donations and doing whole streams just where they're unboxing that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I don't mind us going down that rabbit hole a little bit. If you want to, John, maybe we can start posting some of that in the Discord server or something to try and get that going, because there are a lot of people out there that have these that we could use it for a video, send it back, and that's a hell of a lot cheaper than the 500 or whatever to buy one.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to reach out a little newer here and there. Like I just pinged you about Namco has this 45th anniversary Pac-Man Xbox controller. I'm like, that is decidedly not retro,
right?
But the Pac-Man attachment is, and so there's. I'm looking for connections. That's kind of where I started the never played before, because I'm like, I've never played these games. I made the realization that, well, I'd like to cover newer stuff, but I've never played it. Well, I'll just make that the hook. I've never played it. Let's try for the first time,
right.
you know? So I'm kind of looking for the angle, because again, I've learned to stay in my lane on YouTube. I'm anxious to go too far out of it and then lose people, because they've taught us over and over and over. And Crypto Coffee, a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. The first GXG videos I saw, John was doing unboxings outside in his backyard.
Because the lighting was better, right?
Yep. His passion was evident then as it is now. Thank you, Crypto. Thank you for
you
constant
mentioned
support.
backyard. I always think of that video you did where it was like a whole production of you and your older you on the bench.
Yeah, right.
That's
it was,
one
it was about a movie, right?
Yeah.
It was about a movie, not about a game or anything. Yeah, that was. So
I still
much
think
fun.
one of your best cinematically produced videos was the one about the Pac-Man out of Alamogordo.
Yeah,
that was just gorgeous.
That was just a great video.
Yep. Yeah, I like
that. See the question from John J.
No, I'm trying to catch up.
Is it past? He said, "Howdy, gents. Old Gen X are here.
There we go. Yep.
First time I found your show.
Yep.
What stuff do you usually cover?
Oh, it's the first time he's found us. Yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome, Jay. Nice to have you here. On YouTube, we predominantly cover nostalgic, vintage games of some kind, handheld, art, video, whatever, old stuff, old toys, stuff like that, but mostly some sort of gaming, electronic games or whatever. But on our podcast, it's all facets of Gen X nostalgia, because we're not living within the YouTube rails there, so we can spread out and do more there. And I think we've exposed a lot of people to our podcast over these last few days. We're watching the ticker go up, and we're playing the podcast in the background, right? So,
John, you told me a little while ago I need to get with Orion USF, so I see him in the chat. Orion, you need to hit me up on an email. We got some graphic work to do. So whenever you find that you have time with your busy schedule.
Let's see. Tony Rio I guess he upped his tier. So we have a standard membership tier that I think is $2.99. But Tony decided he wanted to bump it up, because we have a higher tier just for devoted Gen X GrownUp fans, which Tony definitely is. Whether he had clicked on that button or not, he's a devoted fan. So
yes,
thank you for that.
He's a delight.
Well, he's not alone. Torque also, he decided,
also,
he's like, if I'm going to gift these regular memberships, I got to be at a higher level. I don't blame you, Torque. You're the king of members. You should be in that higher tier. Thank you for that. That's a vouch of confidence. And you know what else? Patreon, especially, something that I have thought about before and never remembered to talk about, is that it's not a vote of like, hey, a confidence, I want to be seen on a stream. Patreon in particular is like I believe in what you're doing long term kind of thing. And it's like, I like what you're doing today and tomorrow and the next day. I want to see where you go kind of thing. And that kind of pledge it's something you can count on, unlike that YouTube revenue. Like, what's going to happen? You're like, well, I know that if, Joe Smith is going to do, $1 a month, that I know I'll have that $1 a month. I can plan on that. I can rely on it. It's a very different kind of giving that makes a bigger impact even. So thank you for that. See, I'm trying to catch up with some of these. It's coming up on the hour. I'm still getting a lot of questions though. So I'm trying to catch up.
Hang for a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see who. It's a comment that Jeremiah says Torque has given away 1,000 memberships and he finally upgraded his own. So, George, you want to talk about the history behind Chuck E. Cheese and showbiz?
You mean that the original Chuck E. Cheese was the best? You want me to talk about that?
Well, you can talk about it. Then we'll
Yeah, I had no.
then we'll
horse in this
fact check
race.
you.
Yeah. Well, okay. In a nutshell, Chuck E. Cheese Showbiz. Chuck E. Cheese started by Nolan Bushnell, Atari founder. Showbiz started by some schlubs who decided to buy the world, and then they knew their own
stole
brand
the idea from Nolan Bushnell after reneging on a contract. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then honestly, they bought Chuck E. Cheese and recognized that the Chuck E. Cheese brand was so much better that they got rid of their own and took over the Chuck E. Cheese moniker. So that's why Chuck E. Cheese is better.
Yep.
That was a debate podcast, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't a debate. It was just a history of. But yeah, pizza arcades we talked about, and we had a great argument about. And you had your triple decker Chuck E. Cheese, but I'm all about the Rockafire explosion. So that's showbiz.
I learned
I
a
will
lot
grant
about both
you.
of
I
those.
think Rockafire. I think they're a better band.
There we go. Yep.
Chuck E. Cheese just the better venue.
Let's see. I always wonder about this. Arlem is saying reaction vids of people listening to older or newer music. Sounds like a similar lane, experiencing newer games. That's exactly it, because I saw people doing well with those reactions, and I'm like, how do they stay monetized playing whole songs, or they're just not monetized? So that's why I jumped in the game part, because I'm like, I know I can do this, right? So I don't worry about that.
Some of those videos, I wonder, it's like, here are these people who've never heard Hotel California. I'm like, really? Never? They're like 19 and never heard that song.
Yeah, some of you can understand. Like, I'll see people listening to
something else stuff I get.
Yeah, or even just somebody who's in their 20s listening to License to Ill for the first time. I'm like, I can get why you maybe missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some things are just everywhere, right? It's like, I've never heard The Boys Are Back in Town. Like, have you seen a movie? Like, I'm sure.
Well, which version, though?
A good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Let's see. Michael says, John, some of my favorite Gen X videos are the ones where we repair the handhelds.
See?
The thrift videos are getting a lot of traction. That's why I do a lot of thrifting, because A, I like collecting them, and B, it's fun to make them work.
Yep.
And then everybody makes fun of me with the long, luxurious beauty shots of you wiping it down. little electronics porn, it's very nice.
But that runs right into what I was talking about the console stuff. That's Retro Man Cave. His videos that shot him up to the 100,000 at first were the Trash to Treasure stuff on the Amiga. Yeah.
Yep. Ryan's saying, when someone gifts a subscription, how is it determined who gets it? And thank you to the person that gifted one. I think it's just someone who is in the stream. That you can't declare.
And they haven't been a member yet.
There you go. Yeah. And they're not currently a member. So, yep. Jason, is this a repeat? Wasn't Jason already generous earlier? I feel like something happened here. Have you guys done a podcast specifically about your love of Trek? Because I would listen to that. I don't really listen to podcasts at all.
We've done so many.
We've done some, but
all related to it.
We did Star Trek debates, where we argued different points about Star Trek.
Yeah. Was it Star Trek debates or sci-fi debates?
We've done a Star Trek debates. We've done a Star Wars debates, and then we've done movie remake debates.
Yeah.
And I think Star Trek appeared in a lot. Well, it didn't appear in Star Wars, but I mean it. And then in the bad guy debates, it was the Empire versus the Borg. So Star Trek is definitely woven into our podcast repertoire. Yeah, there's plenty to hear there.
Not a specific.
We never really done like a specific one about, especially you guys. I mean, you guys were Star Trek Club and all that stuff, and we never really just sort of focus on that. It's just always come up though because it's so prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be tough to keep those podcasts to an hour.
I know. Yeah, that's why we got to narrow in. We got to focus on something specific. That's why.
Even if we did like a podcast episode about a next gen episode, it would be 4 hours long, and the episode was only 45 minutes.
Yeah. So this is a question from Theme Park Medic asking about 1980s Now. It's the other podcast that I moonlight on. It's been a hiatus for a couple of months, and I feel like an industry insider because I'm a co-host. But I don't know exactly when it'll be back. I can tell you two things. It will be back. That's number one. And two, there were discussions as recently as this afternoon about when it will be back.
Okay.
So it's so much like, the guys are giving me credit for 95% of the work, whatever, here at GenXGrownUp, Will is 95% of the work on 1980s Now. And he had a lot of other stuff, some books he was working on that he needed to complete. And so he really needed to focus his energy. But now I think he's completing those things. And so it's coming back soon. So thank you for asking. And they'll be happy to know you did. Oh, I can't keep up with the chat.
I
You
know,
guys
it's
are
been
awesome.
crazy.
There's so many folks here asking so many things.
We had a time limit in mind. We have blown
did.
past that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we're blowing past that thing fast
yep.
here.
At some point, I am going to have to go put my wife in the bed.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna put a heart out at 8:30. So I hope maybe
Okay.
before
That's
that.
the way
I'm just
that
trying
works.
to. That's good. So we'll make everybody respect everybody's time here.
At least answer the super chat questions because there's a couple of those.
Are there more that I haven't gotten to yet?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one there.
There's
Oh,
one
I see.
from Jeremiah and another one from Torque.
Oh, is there?
Torque,
Well, there's
yeah.
Torque.
Yeah.
I missed Jeremiah's. I guess it scrolled by, but
It's right below Torque's.
I haven't gotten down there yet. That's why I haven't scrolled that far. So Torque now a super chat already given away 400 memberships. What would it take to get you guys doing a live stream of Mule online?
Wouldn't take much, would it?
Right. Well,
No.
it's
That'd be pretty easy.
I'll play Mule if there's a stiff breeze. So you don't have to convince me there. That's easy.
Yeah, I'm with Mo on that.
But Mule
That was
online,
an odd way of putting that one, John.
well,
That's a
You
YouTube
know-
cancellation way of putting
you
that.
know
That's
what I
that
mean.
was. Yeah, that's the problem. We know what you mean.
It'd be better if you didn't, right? But I've not played Mule online, though I have a subscription to it. But playing Mule, easy, and a
I'd do
four-player
it.
Mule, even better. And I know I could pull a fourth already. I know we have somebody watching now who I recently taught to play Mule, so we
Give
can
us
play
some time
this.
to get used to this tool.
We could play the standard Mule because we
Yeah.
can parsec it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
But
yeah,
this
yeah, we
tool
can.
would be a good way, because we could
Yep.
show different screens and all like we were playing around with.
Yep. Let's see. There's another super
forget
chat
about
that I'm missing.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah's right below Torque's.
Why did I see it? It's not popping
Over
up.
or below, depending how you look at it.
200406 is the time code.
2004. Oh, that's in the past. I don't see. Well, read it because I don't see it. I don't know why it's not
Okay.
here.
Well,
Read
I
it to me.
can't click the button because I don't
That's
have
okay.
that
Yeah, I
capability.
still,
So
I
it
still don't
says,
see it.
it says, I want a video of you guys playing one of the Odyssey 2 board game hybrid games together and a basic programming live stream
Oh, we know
and
about that.
Friday plays. He wants all three.
Oh, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The basic
was a
programming
$5
is
super chat.
going to happen. So clips up there for you. Basic programming is going to happen. Don't worry about that. Those Odyssey, you got to find them. I saw one at where was it? It was at RetroCon in Oaks, Pennsylvania. I saw one. I didn't know enough about them at the time, and now in hindsight, I wish I picked it up. But those are cool. I have 3 different ones. They're basically D&D board games where the Odyssey is like the Dark Tower. It's like
Right.
telling you what happens. Yeah, but it has a whole board game.
I still have my Odyssey 2 here.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. Robert's saying you all need to come to Stellar Fest in April. Starfleet International region. Oh, we've been blacklisted from attending Starfleet International.
Is that ever since we put the shit
Sorry.
sandwich graphic in there?
SFIC said no, thank you. You guys, your club can come, but you guys are yeah. There was a lot of political unrest in Starfleet when we were
I heard
there,
that the Star Trek clubs had a lot of
especially in the mid '90s. Yeah, there was a lot.
People were taking it extremely seriously.
Eliminator is asking, have you guys ever seen the movie Fanboys?
Mhm.
You ever touched on a podcast? I don't think so.
I don't think we have.
No, that's mostly about Star Wars fans. Is that right?
It
Or is
is.
it just fans in general? Is it okay?
No, they're going to Lucas's house on a road trip
Okay.
to go find out about the Phantom Menace right before it's released.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't seen that. So.
It's kind of like Spinal Tap, but a road trip.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
But is it a mockumentary or is it really something happening?
It's
or
a
is it-
mockumentary.
Oh, is it?
kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
mockumentaries.
It's not
Okay.
serious.
All right.
Hey, you see that they're doing another Spinal Tap, right?
I saw the
Oh, yeah.
theaters too. They're doing the 41st anniversary re-release.
Which is that
41st
great?
anniversary.
41st?
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you're a
Because it goes
Spinal
to 11.
if you're a Spinal Tap fan, let me tell you, the audio commentary on the Criterion Collection disc is the sequel, the first sequel at least, because it's all 3 guys in character
Commenting.
commenting like, "Oh, he's just having a laugh at it. Oh, they show the one time we can't find the stage. That's ridiculous. How many times did we find the stage? It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah."
Stonehenge.
Silver Blue says, thanks for sharing your time and infectious energy. Silver Blue is a huge, ever since we first ran into each other a few months ago, he's been super engaged on the vlog and on every video, and he's working to get his own thing spooled up now. So thank you for sharing it with us. Yep. Oh, let's see. Butter Spider says phone battery's dying on him.
We ran his phone down.
Yep.
See you later,
All right.
Butter.
Yep. All right. I feel like maybe. Oh, what this popped up. Hold on. Torque just said, and the engineer says, for $2,000, I'll build you one that goes to 12. Oh, Jason, what are you doing, Jason? He's
What just
more. Another
Oh.
super chat,
Oh,
but it goes
geez.
to 11. Just to make sure he gets that
I
in
think he's
there.
trying to keep us online here.
He's trying to keep us.
Right.
He's trying to keep George out of. He heard you didn't get any sleep, and so
I really am. There's a couple of times when I thought I was like getting dizzy and about to
Get
fall out
nodding
of the
off.
chair.
see the side effect of this gimmick is that it makes my hat
That makes
very
great
heavy.
video, though.
It's very heavy,
But it's
so
festive.
It's
It
festive.
is.
So,
You
someone
have to
said
watch that.
earlier
have
You
to
look
wear
now
that
on, John.
at the
that it
convention.
looks like
somehow.
a handmaid's tale bonnet, is what they said it looked like.
So let's talk a little bit just about conventions because people talked about it. So we're going to definitely be at SFGE. That's in Atlanta, June 20th through the 22nd, Southern
Like every
Fried
year.
Gaming Expo. If you're in or around the Southeast region, it is by far one of the best free play conventions that there is. It's really, really fun. And I have it on good authority from the showrunners that the new Evil Dead pinball is going to be. So if you're a pinball fan, you don't want
That's
to
the
miss
only
that
way
show.
George is going.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to pull me away from the machine to get me to the panel. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But
Security
we
near
also,
the.
yeah, we also have a small little convention here in Tallahassee, Infinity Con, in July. That at least I will be at because I have to. And we're trying to work on some other ones. So every time guys are talking about, oh, come to this convention, come to that convention. If you know anybody who's at the convention as a showrunner or something like that, send me contact information, George at GenXGrownUp.com, and I'll reach out to them and see if I can't work something out. We can't really afford to pay airfare and hotel and all that stuff to go to these things, but if the convention will bring us in as a guest, then we're more than happy.
Then we're there. Yeah. Yep. So you might have thought I missed you, Buzz, but I started. I still have you. Super chat a while ago. I think I put a clip up there, but I didn't get to answer. I was saving it for toward the end of the stream. We're kind of winding up here, and Buzz is asking, I'm sure, for the benefit of his students, can you each share your favorite piece of advice for younger, aspiring content creators? Mo, what do you think?
Yeah, not listen to George is something else. It's
no, you have a George.
Do something that you love, right? I mean, if you don't do that, then it's not. It's at least you're doing something you enjoy. Worst case, I figure if you're doing something you love.
Yeah.
George, and also that'll show in your videos that you really care about these things.
There you go. Yeah. People always talk about, John, you're so enthusiastic, like you really like this stuff. It was easy. I'm cheating. I already like it. Yeah. What do you think, George?
Niche down, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Mo was joking when he said don't listen to George, but through our tons of failure-based research, we have discovered that YouTube wants what it wants, and if it tells you you're the ceiling fan channel and you like ceiling fans, then by God, be the ceiling fan channel. Don't put anything out about oil tanks.
Yeah.
Just
or even ceiling lights at that point. Don't ceiling fans.
Not for a while, right?
And I think also don't be afraid to do a topic over again. I see a lot of channels that are successful as long as they pace out when the videos release. So like a Breton Tech channel that I watch pretty regularly, every year he has the best shows on Netflix and the best free programs and blah, blah, blah. And he does those same videos every year. They're updated. So he does give you some new information. A lot of times, though, it's a lot of the same stuff because his favorite thing hasn't changed. But I think if you're ever worried that your niche is too small, it's okay to redo videos with more updated information.
Yeah. I've kind of done that with the 10 best handheld arcade toys under $50 kind of thing. I did a new one of those. It's the same video, but things have changed. New things are out. Things are gonna. For me, it's it really. I think we've each kind of given answers. George gave a very technical answer. He's a very technically minded person. George, Mo's very process oriented. He kind of gave a process, answer. And to my point, I'm very tenacious to a fault, and so my advice
Some would
really
say OCD.
Some would. Some of them are seated next to me. Yes, I will persevere and not give up and grind on something if I believe in it. And Some would say that that's foolhardy, but the problem is it's worked for me in my life up to this point, and I apply it to content creation too. If I like a thing, I'm going to go, well, I'm going to do it until I absolutely prove it's a failure or it succeeds. And until I'm convinced it's a failure, I'm going to keep working at it. Now, things will come in and out of favor, but I think I see a lot of people try something, and then if it's not an immediate success, they think the internet is this miracle box where you do a little dance and you're a millionaire. And I mean, maybe that's true for, a 0.5% of people,
Yeah.
but moreover, it's about, in my experience, for an older nerd like me, it's about being there, letting people get to know you, becoming comfortable with your audience, making them want to come back and see or listen to what you're doing, even if they don't care about what you're doing, because they want to see you. And you don't get that with 3 videos or 10 videos or 100 videos. You get that over years, where you convince people that they know you and they know who you are and they want to know what you have to say about this thing. So if 10 people do a review about something, they want to know what your review is, because they know and like you and they understand who you are. And I think you only get that with perseverance and going past the point of when you should probably quit, but you can only do it if you really love it, to most point, so.
Just got another super chat.
Yep.
Did you? All right. Well, perfect timing. I just answered Buzz's question. Stubaka.
Stubaka.
Why? Because
You
I
do
got
it better than that. Stubaka. That's there you go.
Ever since I met Stubaka, I have trouble remembering to say Chewbacca. I always just call every time I talk about Chewbacca, I say Stubaka, because I say your name way more frequently than I say that character.
It's like the Weird Al parody song,
yes,
right? Like,
the parody
I don't
becomes
think
the
of
de
the original
facto
song lyrics. It's just the parody now.
Yep. See, one more question for Alan. Are you going to get an Evercade handheld? I have one. So yes, easy answer. I have one. I covered it on occasion, but it's not something I collect regularly. So
I kind of want to find a way to get us into those. Somebody chatted in one of the bit by bit videos that they worked for the company, but that one that it's the modules that all go together. You have to have the base unit, and each module is a different. Yeah, the Polymega stuff. I kind of want to get one of those for us from them, because there's no way in hell we could buy them.
I can't buy it right now. Yeah,
they're like $700 to get a full system going.
Oof.
Answer to this question: Torque says, "You gentlemen going to be at Free Play Florida?" I am. We don't always go. We're not going to be there as a concerted group necessarily, but I always go for a day at least, because it's just a drive.
Yeah, when is it this time?
September? Not
Oh,
November?
September? I'll probably be there.
That. It's end of the year. Q3.
We've had intermittent communication with them on the back end, and just never worked out for us to be guests at that one.
But I do like attending, so I usually drive down for a day. Yep. Let's see. And Jason had a pop up here as I'm trying to wind down. He says, "I think that sentiment reflects exactly what it means to be Gen X. Do what you love and be stubborn about it." I love that.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. Any last words? This is a celebration over 100,000. Mo, George, everybody in this stream and more. There wouldn't be 100,000 celebration without all of these people together. So it's not a me celebration. It's not a us celebration. It's a Gen X Grown Up celebration. And if you've ever clicked or watched or shared or anything, you're part of this, and it's partially yours. And we're grateful for you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's been a journey, and it's not over, fortunately.
Not even close, I don't think.
I'm just shifting into second gear, just getting going.
I was going to say I'm close, but
you're close to being done, or second gear?
Close to being done. I'm tired. I'm the youngest of us and the most tired.
Right. That's why Mo said, "Who's the oldest chronologically or health wise?" Right? Oh man! All right, everyone. George and Mo, of course. I'll just take one more time to formally, as I've said many times, thank you for your commitment to this thing that I love so much and to become part of your lives too.
Thanks for letting us be involved.
Yeah.
Yep. Marcus threw a little thing. It's November, Free Play Florida. He apparently thought he had to pay $5 to get recognized, but
well, thank you. Well, otherwise we ignore Marcus, unless he gives us money.
Right. Well, we have precedent, right? Where to put this clip?
What are you doing?
They're falling off now. They're everywhere. I'm not putting on the sombrero. Oh, damn it.
Somebody down there said November 21st through the 23rd. Torque did. So there you
Did
go.
he?
Okay, cool. Wow,
Okay.
that's late.
All right. I'm going to get the sombrero.
John might not be able to go to that this year.
What's that?
November. You might not be able to go.
What's that?
I got that other thing I'm working on. You remember?
Oh, okay. Let me get the sombrero. Hold on. Over
Do
here.
you have
What's
a
he
sombrero?
doing?
Did his chair just eat him? What the hell
I
happened?
don't know.
I just
He's like,
moved way. I leaned way over here. So yes, when the hat fills up, you're supposed to switch to sombrero. So I got to first get these off my headphones.
Are we going to be here past 8:30 for this?
No,
shit?
no. How long do you think it takes to put on a hat?
I don't know what you're doing.
So I got to move this.
And
down.
as old as you are, it might take a long time.
Move that down. Then I take this off. There we go.
Oh Jesus!
There we go. There's the sombrero now. However, the problem is it's hard to wear a headphone with a sombrero.
It's not headphone friendly.
It's not, so I gotta switch that up. But that's for all those clips here. Then what you do is you take all these and you put it on top of the sombrero. There we go.
I was going to say you could just drop them in the brim.
Just sprinkle them in like and put salsa in the middle. It's
Right.
such a big, yeah. Okay, I wore the sombrero. Now I can't hear. I got to take it off so I can hear you guys. There. You earned the sombrero. By golly. There you go. All right. Let's wind this thing up. I'm excited. It's 100,000. But you know what? Tomorrow's a new day, and we got to earn the next 3 subscribers and 5 subscribers and 2 subscribers, and we're going to keep doing that and crank it out. Thank you for being here for our the end of our celebration. Later tonight, I'll take the perpetual live stream offline. But look, we see how popular it is. We get it, and we're happy that you do, and we're going to see what else we can do with that. So George, Mo, thanks for being here. Everybody,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your